Good afternoon, South Texas. Meteorologist Andrew Wilson here, hopping on to give you an update about a severe thunderstorm warning that's been issued here for parts of South Texas. Taking a look at where this is located, you'll notice Barrett and Comal County included in this, as well as parts of Kendall County and Blanco County. Now, the part of Barrett County that is included in this is located just closer on towards Scenic Oaks and up towards Timberwood Park and Bulverde. Now, the city of San Antonio, not included in this severe thunderstorm warning. This storm is going to continue to make its way kind of off toward the north and the east. It has the capabilities of producing quarter-size hail. Now, that larger hail that's possible in this storm is located right along the Highway 46 corridor, just east of Boerne there. It's going to continue its way along Highway 46. And the good news is the hail isn't as large as what it appears it may have been earlier on. The hail looks like it shrunk just a little bit here over the last few radar scans, but still, we could have some 60-mile-per-hour winds. Let me show you where those are located. Notice where we have those bright greens. That's going to be those stronger winds. Bulverde area. You could be really dealing with the stronger winds here just over the next about 15 to 30 minutes. I see a few people asking about other spots. Are we going to see rain? Are we going to see rain? Guys, there's a ton of rain out there still to move through. Now, the good news is not all of this is severe. Some of these storms, though, are a little strong. We've had a ton of rain occur in the hill country as we've made our way throughout the earlier part of today and throughout the early part of this afternoon. And now the only real good storm that we have on radar is making its way again through parts of Kendall County, and it's going to be impacting the Canyon Lake area. So let's get an idea on the speed of this storm. Let me check what the National Weather Service has in as the speed here. It's moving off to the east at about 30 miles per hour. And let's take a look at some of the communities that are going to be impacted by this storm as it continues to shift its way off towards the east there. Canyon Lake, again, I do expect you to be impacted by this storm in areas around Canyon Lake. So let me go ahead and put everything in a pause real quick. And I'm making sure that my speed is right on here before I go ahead and bring up this text box on the screen for you. So I got to draw this out. Give me 1 second, guys. My computer is giving me a little bit of difficulty. It looks like it may have just frozen up on me. I'm going to see if anybody's got any questions while I'm working to work this out. What about Universal City? I think this is going to stay north and east of Universal City. I don't think you're going to have as much of a worry from this. And guys, my system has froze. Let me give it a quick run through here, see if I can get it to boot back up for me. Yeah, I'm going to have to close out of my program and open it back up. So just give me 1 second, guys. But again, if you're just now joining us, we do have a severe thunderstorm warning for Blanco, Comal, Kendall, and also Barrett County. This is going to be until 2:45. This storm is moving off to the east about 30 miles per hour. I do think it is going to be impacting the Canyon Lake area. So if you're in and around Canyon Lake, you're not necessarily in this severe thunderstorm warning just yet, but I do expect you to be included in the next one that does make its way through. So I'm rebooting my system here real quick, guys. You may see the screen actually go black really for just a quick second. How about New Braunfels? Shale, that's a good question. You know, I think that the bulk of the storm is going to stay north of New Braunfels. I don't think it's going to be as much of an issue for you. But from Canyon Lake, maybe over to San Marcos, maybe the Hunter area, even as far south in Comal County as Hunter, could be dealing with a little bit of this severe thunderstorm as it continues to shift off to the east. I see Bulverde. My radar shows it is moving off and just missing me. Is that true? I think you still could get some strong winds, but I think the bulk of the storm is going to be missing you off to the north. So let me go ahead and put everything into pause real quick, guys, and let's go ahead and see if I can get the timer out now. So let's get an idea. Again, I think it's going to miss New Braunfels just off to the north. I selected the whole storm here. Let me actually do a different one because the severe part of the storm is still going to miss you, New Braunfels. Let's do it more like this. And then I'll show you what time the part of the storm is going to hit you there in New Braunfels. So Wimberley by 256 could be impacted by a strong to severe storm. San Marcos by 310. Let's talk about areas a little bit closer. Startsville, 229, 230 at Rebecca Creek Elementary, and then you see there 232 by the time it will be arriving to Canyon Lake. So again, this severe thunderstorm warning is until 2:45. The National Weather Service issued this just because we do have strong winds located within the storm, as well as the possibility for quarter-size hail. Got really dark here off Braun Road and 1604. Yeah, here in the medical center, very dark outside right now as the storm continues to kind of push its way through. Now, thankfully, the part of the storm that's going to impact us here in the medical center is not severe. So that severe part is going to be impacting areas further on up towards Comal County. Pouring in Timberwood Park. I'm willing to bet. Yeah, you've got some really heavy rain moving through there, possibly some strong winds, but I think the severe part of the storm is going to miss you just off to the north there in the Timberwood Park area. So I'm pulling up my communication with the National Weather Service, seeing what they're talking about. There's a coordination going on right now with the Storm Prediction Center for a watch across a good portion of south central Texas. So it sounds like they're going to be issuing a severe thunderstorm watch possibly sometime fairly soon. They're talking about the intense rainfall rates moving into Bexar County. So again, we could have some isolated flooding possible as this storm continues to move through. So just be ready for that. If you're going to be out driving, avoid flooded areas and please drive safely on those roadways.
Yeah, I'll move it up to number 1.
Let's see here. I was going to fish Cibolo Creek in Universal City, so fish on? I would say no. Yes, you are going to be not dealing with the severe part of the storm, but as far as stormy conditions are concerned, it's going to be raining hard, going to be some lightning in the area, so I would say just avoid that for today, unfortunately. You see Shirt's going to get a pretty stormy conditions here pretty soon. Hollywood Park seeing it now. New Braunfels will be seeing some stormy conditions, but again, the severe part of the storm, I still think it's going to miss you off to the north. The National Weather Service was saying that this could have some quarter-size hail, but I would say that it's not an issue within this storm, at least anymore. The main issue is 60-mile-per-hour winds, some very strong winds possible with this. And again, that strongest part of the storm still looks like it's along Highway 46. It's where we see a lot of the lightning, where we see some of those brighter greens showing up there. As we look at velocity, that shows us strong winds. We also have the possibility for some penny to nickel size hail within that. I see a lot of people asking about different spots. I'm going to go ahead and zoom out, show you all how isolated, I guess you could say, this one storm is. So this is just this one storm that's making its way through Kendall County. If I zoom out, you'll notice that Del Rio has a little bit of a storm there, kind of just on the other side of the Rio Grande that's moving south and east. We're going to keep a close eye on that. We do still have a bit of rain from Medina County stretching all the way up through northwest Bexar County into Comal, Kendall, and Blanco County. Some of that is from that severe thunderstorm warning. Then we have a few showers occurring down here towards Wilson County. These showers down towards Wilson County will continue to move north and then impact Seguin. So Seguin is going to see some shower activity, but I would say a bulk of the stronger storms, they're going to be missing you just off to the north. Arthur says, driving a bus at 3 in San Antonio. Yeah, it's going to be pretty wet out there. Just get ready. It's you're definitely going to want to take it easy out there in the roadways. Are we going to have any heavy rain here in the medical center? The answer is yes. You know, I think we're going to have a few bouts of heavy rain, but a bulk of the heavier rain is going to miss us just off to the north. Brianna says, send it south. I know a lot of people further south are wanting more heavy rain. Hope we can get it to you here over these next few days. If you missed today, we got more chances for storms the next few days. So let's talk about the severe weather risk today. We do have a slight risk for severe weather. That extends all the way down to northern McMullen, Live Oak, and B counties. You see it stretches into northwestern Goliad County. It stretches as far west as eastern Valverde and into Edwards County. A slight risk is a level 2 out of 5. Large hail, damaging winds are going to be the main threat. We also have a marginal risk for severe weather. That is a level 1. Charity wants to know, nothing in San Antonio tonight. It's still possible we could see some storms in San Antonio. Let's take a look at future clouds and radar. Notice that it's trying to show the storms still a bit further to the west. We're seeing them more like right here. So this one model is a little bit behind, but it shows more storms forming by 5:30 in Medina and Bexar County. Those could be strong. And then as you see, we head throughout tonight, maybe a strong storm over towards Hallettsville. Check out Lavaca County. Could be a strong storm in their area before we finally see things quiet down a little bit closer on to the early hours tomorrow morning. Then as we head throughout the day tomorrow, Wednesday actually looking like a very stormy day. Check this out. By 3 p.m., heavy rain, storms moving through, and then we finally get some quieter conditions in here by the time we head into Wednesday evening and then into Thursday morning. But we're not done with the rain chances. You see more rain on the board there. Tons of rain here over the next 7 days. Take a look at the amounts that we're expecting. The rainfall forecast showing that we'll see anything from an inch, kind of closer on toward Kinney County, maybe even just a quarter of an inch in Del Rio. And then you look further to the east, San Antonio, maybe 5 additional inches of rainfall over the next 7 days. That is very significant. We are really going to see this drought just go bust. We're going to see plenty of rainfall. That's going to continue to push back the drought, and we're not going to be talking about drought anymore. All the information from the drought monitor is taken into account today. This new map will come out on Thursday, and I think we're going to see a bunch of improvements as far as the drought is concerned. So let's take a look at the radar again. We still have the severe thunderstorm warning. The city of Bernie, you are not included in the severe thunderstorm warning. This is only for far eastern portions of Kendall County, very southern portions of Blanco County. The city of Blanco, town of Blanco, is not included in the severe thunderstorm warning. Valverde, you are included. And then Canyon Lake, you are not included right now. Now, the National Weather Service may decide not to continue with this warning, and if they don't, that means Canyon Lake, you won't be included either, which is good. That's something that we would want to hear. So let's hope that Canyon Lake can stay safer and not have to worry about any strong to damaging winds. You notice that there is a lot of lightning with this storm. It is going to continue to move its way off toward the east. Again, moving at about 30 miles per hour. There's a lot of lightning with it, so let's take a look at the lightning counter and get an idea how many strikes we've had here within the last 15 minutes. And I'm not even going to select the entire storm, but you can see 287 strikes, an electric storm. Remember that when thunder roars, go indoors. Don't be outside in any of that lightning. Is Devine going to be hit by the wind again? Alan, thankfully, no. You know, last night we did have that wake low form. Meteorologist Megan Massey's actually been working on graphics to put together something to explain what exactly happened with that and why we got such strong winds last night. They were intense, and we're going to see some strong winds within these thunderstorms, but these storms are staying north of the Devine area. I see the questions about Windcrest. You know, Windcrest could see a few storms. You're not included in anything severe right now, though. That's the good news. Maybe some heavy rain at times, maybe a little bit of lightning, but as far as the severe part of this storm is concerned, I think this is going to be missing you. So no worries there, but definitely going to be seeing some heavy rain associated with some of these storms as they continue to move their way off toward the east. Oh, we got some extra information here from the news desk. 1 second, guys.
Can you get weather cam through?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and pull up one of our weather cameras, guys. So they're telling me that we've got a pretty impressive view on one of our tower cams. So there it is. That's the airport. You see heavy rain falling there. And that's going to be looking toward the storm that is moving off to the east. And you see the heavy rain occurring right there at the airport. So that kind of gives you an idea of what could be going on in Windcrest a little bit later on as this storm continues to shift off to the east. Thankfully, again, this is not severe, not what we're seeing right here. But heavy rainfall, lightning could be a bit of a concern, things that you got to look out for. What about Elmendorf, Texas? Priscilla, the storms are going to be staying fairly north of you. Nothing severe for you, I'm not thinking. But I think you still have the possibility to have some heavy rain in Elmendorf. So yeah, that's really heavy rain occurring there, guys, now at the airport. And guess what? That is where our rain gauge is for San Antonio. So the official recording site for how much rain we see is right there at the airport. That's great news. They need the rain there, and thankfully they're not seeing anything with severe weather in that location. But unfortunately, we do have this one part of the storm that is severe. And again, that's crossing 281, right where 46 and 281 meet. And that is still moving toward Canyon Lake. Now, the National Weather Service has not extended this, so we're going to have to keep a close eye to see if they intend to extend this further to the east. But I don't see anything coming out from them just yet. So let's go ahead and bring back up radar. Let me go ahead and pause everything real quick. You see Canyon Lake, you're probably hearing a lot of thunder, probably seeing a lot of lightning in the sky. The rain hasn't really started for you just yet. But this heavy rainfall about to move right over the lake, which actually needs the rain. They have had a little bit of a drought situation themselves for Canyon Lake. It's down to, I think, 89% full. Well, it's about to get a big bump up with all the heavy rain that's about to move over. Let's just hope that you can avoid some of these stronger winds and that possibility for large hail to go along with it. Margie wants to know, what about southeast San Antonio? No issues for you right now, maybe a little bit of rain that you're going to see probably over the next 30 minutes to the next hour, but that's about it. So guys, I'm checking hail again. I want to get a good idea about the size of the hail because I know that's something that we've had to have a lot of issues with recently. Some of these storms we've had the last couple weeks have produced a really large hail. Thankfully, this storm, not one of them. You see the key in the top left corner of the screen there. Pea-size hail, maybe penny-size hail, even at its largest, as it crosses 281. So not as much of an issue there as the storm continues to kind of make its way off toward the east. So I think meteorologist Bill Taylor, chief meteorologist, is about to do a weather update on air. He's kind of getting ready for things here in the studio just to make sure everybody stays updated on the system as it continues to move toward Canyon Lake. And he's going to be on Kent's 5 here in just a moment. Now, I'm not going anywhere. I'm just letting y'all know if you were wondering where Bill is. He's been handling a few things here behind the scenes. Canyon Lake again, the next town in front of this. Starksville, you are also going to be impacted by this storm. And again, 60-mile-per-hour wind seems to be the main threat. That's pretty strong winds. I wouldn't want to be outside in that. I wouldn't want to be under a tree. Remember, don't park your car under a tree. Because if the tree does come down, you don't want to have your car under that. And you also have to remember there's a lot of lightning in this storm. Lightning is going to find the taller object. And if you're in a field and there's a tree next to you, it's going to probably strike that tree. So I'm taking a wider look out. We just had heavy rain start here in the medical center here on the northwest side of San Antonio. Again, I don't think the entire county is going to see heavy rain, but you are going to have that chance to see that heavier rain, especially if you're north of Highway 90. I see no rotation concerns right now with this current storm, someone's asking, and the answer is no. I don't see any big issues with rotation. The radar does get a little messy as we're getting closer onto the radar site here, just east of 281 and 46, but that still looks like pretty much just straight line winds and nothing in the way of rotation, any issues there. So that's good. Let's hope that stays that way. So the National Weather, or the Storm Prediction Center rather, just issued a tornado watch until 2 p.m. Let's get an idea for what areas that includes. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm pulling it up. That tornado watch is for Atascosa, Wilson, Carnes, DeWitt, Lavaca, Gonzales, Guadalupe, Comal, Bexar, Kendall counties, Blanco County, and then areas further off to the northeast, like our friends up towards Austin, up the I-35 corridor, and Hayes County. So that's now a tornado watch again in place until 2 p.m., I think is what they were saying. And hold up, it's 2:30, which means that they must have said 2 a.m. Or no, excuse me, it came out at 2 p.m. That's what they were saying, 9 p.m. is when it's until. I apologize, guys. I was still getting the information as it was coming in from the National Weather Service. So tornado watch until 9 p.m. Excuse me. Then we also have the flash flood watch in place until we get through Thursday at 1 p.m. Now you'll notice more counties just lit up in yellow there. That's why I said I was taking me a second to gather the information from the National Weather Service, because the information was still coming in and it just updated on our computer. That tornado watch now extends even closer on towards Houston, well off to the east. So some of these storms could be strong and we could end up with rotation with them, but thankfully the storms that we're dealing with right now, we aren't seeing that rotation. Pouring right now in Bulverde. Yeah, you've had one of the stronger parts of the storm move right through your area. Thankfully, though, not seeing anything severe really there in Bulverde. It looks like the more severe part of the storm is off to your north and east. So let me go ahead and pause it and show you exactly what I'm talking about. I think Canyon Lake is going to see the strongest part of the storm. So right kind of where you're seeing more of those bright reds show up, just east of 281, I think those are the stronger winds. Pouring at 1604 in Selma. Lisa, no tornado warnings right now. Just a tornado watch. We have a severe thunderstorm warning though, which means that strong winds and large hail could be possible and could be occurring right now with this storm. The tornado watch is in place is because ingredients are good for the possibility of tornado development. So we're going to keep a close eye on that, but right now, not really too much to be concerned of as far as a tornado warning being involved, because we don't have any tornado warnings in place. I see the question, what time will this all clear out? Well, for the Bulverde area where you're at, we should see it start to shift off to the east, give it about 30 minutes. But we are going to have chances for more storms later on tonight, so you have to keep a close eye out on that. By the way, Weather Chief Bill Taylor, he's on KENS 5 right now giving an update on this storm too. So if you wanted to watch him as well, you can change the channel to KENS 5 and continue to get updates from him to go along with what I'm sitting here telling you right now. So let me bring back up radar, because I think one of the even more things to worry about with this storm is the amount of heavy rain. You see all of that concentrated heavy rainfall that is going to be leading to the possibility of some flash flooding to go along with it, even into parts of North Bexar County. This is something we're going to have to keep a close eye on. Make sure that you avoid areas that flood more easily. Some of those low water crossings, please avoid those this afternoon, because we could see the possibility of some flash flooding later on today. You see a lot of lightning with this storm as it heads towards Canyon Lake. It is going to continue to move into Canyon Lake here over the next 15 minutes. So if you're in Canyon Lake, you need to be ready for a lot of lightning, some strong winds, and possibly some penny to nickel size hail along with that. So I'm taking a wider look at things. Again, this is for, if you're just now joining us, Bexar County, Comal, Blanco, and Kendall counties until 2:45. But it appears like the only strong part of the storm is really into Comal County right now. And that is going to be moving toward the Canyon Lake area. Sorry, I'm communicating with a couple of other of our team members here on my phone while I'm also, of course, doing this Facebook Live. There's just a few things that we got to handle behind the scenes to make sure everybody stays informed. Do we have any reports of hail in Bexar County? Justin, I would say no. I would say that all the hail with this storm has really been kind of just off to the north, really impacting more of the Kendall and Comal County areas. What's happening in Converse? You know, you may get some heavy rain, but it looks like the severe part of this storm is going to miss you off to the north. So Jeanette, no worries. Maybe some heavy rain there, but the severe part of the storm is going to miss you to the north. You're going to see some lightning. You're going to hear some thunder. That could be something that impacts you as well. Will these storms hit the San Antonio metro area tonight? It is possible we see more storms later on tonight. Now, thankfully, I think this storm could end up taking a lot of the energy out of the atmosphere and causing us here in San Antonio to not have as good of a chance for strong storms tonight, which I like that. You know, if we can get the rain without any severe weather, that's perfect. But what you need to know is that we are still going to have that possibility for a few strong storms, so you should just be ready and keep an eye out on things. I'm going to be here throughout tonight keeping everybody updated, so no worries there. I'll be right here keeping you updated. It's pouring in Castle Hills. Yeah, I'm looking outside our station here in the medical center. It's coming down pretty hard here as well. But again, this is much needed soaking heavy rain. Now right now, meteorologist Megan Massey is actually on the computer and she's editing some things with this graphic to send out to some of our digital staff. So I'm going to go ahead and just bring this up full, guys, this camera, while I continue to keep you up, while I continue to give you updates on this until she's done doing some updates to this graphic. Monica says, what about Kinney County? You know, Monica, you got some rain earlier there in Kinney County, but thankfully nothing severe out your way. We do have some strong storms that are across the Rio Grande, and they're moving down to the southeast, kind of following the river. I think they're going to miss Kinney County just off to the west. Alicia says, I feel bad for the kids coming out of school. Yeah, it's going to be heavy rain. Hopefully that they can be under cover whenever they get out to the buses. Thankfully, not seeing anything severe here for Bexar County, but hopefully Comal County will hold off on letting the kids out, at least in the Canyon Lake area, as long as there's a severe thunderstorm warning there in place. I'm sure they're going to make sure that all the kids stay safe, and they don't want to put anybody in a dangerous situation, I'm sure. What about Judson and 35? Charity, a little bit of rain out there is going to be possible, and then some thunderstorm activity, but thankfully the severe stuff is off to your north. It's going to stay to your north. Seriously loud in Timberwood and Bulverde right now. Yeah, Iris, that's where some of the stronger part of the storm has been moving through. So meteorologist Megan Massey just wrapped up what she was working on there on the computer, just grabbing a few graphics. And you can see that the severe thunderstorm warning no longer includes Bexar County. So Bexar County as a whole, no longer under severe thunderstorm warning, but the severe thunderstorm warning does still include Comal, Kendall, and Blanco counties until 2:45. Now, the stronger part of the storm has actually already moved out of the severe thunderstorm polygon. So let's see what the National Weather Service decides to do. They may issue a new severe thunderstorm warning, or they may just kind of let this ride out all the way till 2:45. We'll have to see what happens here. Really bad over here by Blanco, yeah, especially just south of Blanco. That's kind of where we have the severe thunderstorm warning. Thankfully, the town of Blanco not included in a severe thunderstorm warning right now, but southern Blanco County, the very southern tip there, is included within that severe thunderstorm warning. Did Bexar County just go under a tornado watch? The answer is yes. That's until 9 p.m. And I'll show you that in just a second. I'll show you where it's extended to, kind of off to the north and then off to the east. Areas west of Bexar County, not included. So here's a new update from the National Weather Service. They are going to let this warning expire. In other words, they don't really see it being severe anymore. They are going to continue with the warning for now, but we're expecting the warning to expire here over the next about 5 to 6 minutes, and they have decided to issue a significant weather advisory for Canyon Lake, stretching all the way through Wimberley and San Marcos. And now you may be wondering, well, what does that even mean? It means that the storm is strong, but it is not severe. So it is going to continue its way toward the I-35 corridor. If you know anybody who's maybe driving between Austin and San Antonio today, you may want to let them know that they should probably pull over, maybe grab a bite to eat for about an hour. There's a lot of great places to eat there from San Antonio to Austin. So just pull over, take a break, grab a bite to eat, and wait for the storm to pass. But again, the severe thunderstorm warning is still continuing for about 5 minutes, but the National Weather Service is expecting to let this just expire. So let's take a look at the watches that we have in place right now. We do have the tornado watch in place until 9 p.m. You heard me talk about this earlier, saying that this is going to include areas of Bexar County, stretching off towards Kendall County, down to Atascosa, and eastward. We're not talking about anywhere like Medina County, Uvalde. You're not included in this tornado watch. But Karnes County, Wilson, DeWitt, Atascosa, Lavaca, Gonzales, Guadalupe, Bexar, Comal, Kendall, Blanco, and areas further off to the northeast like Hayes and Travis and Williamson County even, up the I-35 corridor, they are included. Bryan College Station, if you have any kids over towards College Station going to school at Texas A&M, you may want to give them an update that we do have the tornado watch in place. So right now, just really a strong storm. This severe thunderstorm warning still set to expire within the next 5 minutes. The National Weather Service has decided that they are not going to continue with the severe thunderstorm warning and let it continue to go off to the, let it stretch further off to the east. So Canyon Lake, get ready. It's going to be heavy rain. It's going to be a lot of lightning, maybe some strong winds, and some hail that could be up to about penny size, and that's about it. So we'll continue to keep track of these thunderstorms as they continue to move throughout this afternoon and throughout this evening. Weather Chief Bill Taylor is right now in-house going ahead and gathering up all the information on the forecast, putting it together for the shows at 4, 5, 6, and 10. Here behind the scenes, I'm going to be keeping an eye on the storms and giving updates throughout the evening about any storms. And if we do have more severe thunderstorm warnings issued, you're going to see me right here giving updates on Facebook, YouTube, the KENS 5 app, kens5.com, and just continuing to keep everybody updated throughout the event. Remember, we have the tornado watch until 9 p.m., but we also have the flash flood watch in place until 1 p.m. on Thursday because we are going to have multiple rounds of heavy rain here these next few days that could lead to flooding concerns. Remember, avoid flooded areas. We'll continue to keep you updated on everything, of course, here behind the scenes, putting out updates on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and on air. Make sure to turn on KENS 5 because you're going to see our crawl at the bottom of the screen every once in a while giving updates about the watches and the warnings that we have in place. And if need be, we'll of course continue to cut into programming. Weather Chief Bill Taylor was just on just a second ago. He'll be cutting in on TV more this afternoon possibly, and if need be, you're going to see me cutting in right here on our social platforms as well as on the KENS 5 app and kens5.com. Any hail in Medina Lake area? Anthony, the answer is no, but you are going to get some more heavy rain through there here pretty soon. You see some storms back to the west that are going to move through. I don't think it's going to be as heavy as what you had just about an hour ago, but still more heavy rain going to move in from your west. Javier asking about Eagle Pass. Let's take a look over there because we do have some strong storms just across the border. I think these are going to miss Eagle Pass just off to the west. That's good news. They're going to continue to go south-southeast and put some heavy rain down on the Mexico side of the Rio Grande and maybe let a little bit of light shower activity stream out over Eagle Pass and maybe some lightning, so make sure you're indoors for that. But nothing too serious down there towards Eagle Pass. If that changes, though, I'll, of course, jump on and continue to give updates on it. Really bad in the medical center. Yeah, Rachel, coming down pretty hard in the medical center earlier on. I'm not seeing it as much outside of our station right now, but yeah, we had some really heavy rain here not too long ago. And I know that if you're further north, maybe closer on to Chavano Park, you may be having it really bad still. Maybe up towards Huebner and Fredericksburg. Right there at the corner of Huebner and Fredericksburg still could be very stormy, but right now, getting closer onto that 410 loop, it is not as bad in this part of the medical center. How much energy do you think has been taken out of the atmosphere by this storm? I think a good amount. So this has been a pretty electric storm, pretty energized, and I think there's still some energy to work with in the atmosphere, and we still could get some more storms tonight, later on. But as far as the severe threat is concerned, I don't think it's going to be as serious for San Antonio. Here's the catch. Look over towards Gonzales. Look over toward Lavaca County, north of Cuero. I'm watching a few storms pop up there, and with a little bit of sunshine there, and imagine there's still a lot of energy in the atmosphere, and we may see strong storms off that way. So I'm going to be watching that real close. How about downtown? Maybe some heavy rain in downtown. That's about it. Nothing severe there. Not seeing any hail either. So we have 1 minute left on this warning, guys. And I'm going to go ahead and let you know now. I'm going to hop off of here once it's off, and you see the warning just disappeared. We still have heavy rain moving through Canyon Lake. I'm going to be continuing to keep an eye on things here behind the scenes. We'll be putting out all sorts of updates throughout the day on our social platforms, on Kents5.com, as well as the Kents5 app, and on TV. Continue to stay updated with us. I'm going to go ahead and sign off of here. Weather Chief Bill Taylor's in-house. He'll have updates at 4, 5, 6, and 10. And I'll, of course, continue to keep you updated on everything here behind the scenes. Stay safe and stay weather aware for the rest of today.